I know you've got a game to work towards and to talk about, but the most incredible night I've ever had at the Emirates. So is it okay just to reflect on it for a couple of questions before we move to Brenford?
You can try.
What's the feeling around the place over the last few days?
Great. It's been an unbelievable energy. Obviously, it was a very special night, as you mentioned. That's over, and now the full focus is on Brenford because it's a game that is going to require the best of us.
I know it's over. I just wanted to ask you about Declan. Which of his free kicks was your favourite?
Difficult. No, they are two different. The technique is very different in both of them. The range and the angles that he's got, both of them were excellent. So they helped us to win the game, which was the most important thing.
Do you know which one was his favourite?
No.
And he takes the corners from that side usually, doesn't he? From the left. What about now in terms of being the first in line for all free kicks?
That's something that we discuss a lot. I mean, the different ways that he can create moments in and around the box, whether it is to assist, whether it is to score, because he has all the qualities. He can run into the box, he can eliminate people by dribbling, he has a long range shot, he has deliveries on set pieces, so that's what we're heading with him, you know, to become a game that he can decide the games with very different tools as well.
Your message before the game and the club's message was make it happen. That was the theme, wasn't it? And the players obviously did pick up on that, because I think Mikle just said to Declan before he took the first one, feel it, which is that theme, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I said to you guys the day before, it wasn't about believing, it's not enough, it's about that conviction, feeling it and making it real after. In order to do that, well, we had to do a lot of things right, like we have done all season, especially with the circumstances that we had, and it's continue with the same mindset.
With Mikle, obviously he won both the free kicks. He's still not probably 100% in terms of the games he's got in his legs, but frightened Real Madrid. How important will he be for the rest of the season?
Very important. He gives us a level of threat, connection and unpredictability that probably no the player at the moment can provide it, especially with the connection that he's already built in and around the team, and he's had as well the power to leave the stadium, which is something incredible, because shifting the energy in the stadium is something really difficult to do, and a player is able to do that. That's a great addition, great quality to have.
But not only a brilliant player, a brilliant character as well. I mean, he sat where you are on Monday and asked a difficult question about his contract, and big smile on his face, and he wants to win things in this badge. When you hear something like that, how inspirational is it to you?
Very, I mean, so humble, so simple, very committed to the club, obviously has very deep roots connected to this football club and with a lot of the people here, so I'm very glad to hear that he wants to stay with us and win with us.
So how do you handle Brentford then? Because obviously it's only half time in the Champions League, that's for the future. Do you tap into that belief and that buzz that all the players who are involved on Tuesday have, or do you have to rest a few?
Just with normality. I mean, this is our context. Play every 3 days. I'm playing in different competitions, the biggest stages, playing in Europe, then coming back to the Premier League and having a completely different game, completely different opposition and context around the game. And you want to become a team that has the capacity to win in any of those, you have to do it every 3 days, regardless what the scenario is. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi.
How many days off did that win earn the team?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Only one. Were they happy with that?
I think they were very happy with that. Sometimes after winning, you want to spend the next day in and around the team because you want to share that feeling. But we had a day off, just it was the best way to recover and prepare the game against Brenford.
How did you spend it, watching it over and over again?
No, it was a game. Yeah, it was a game once, and then straight away I went into Brentford. That's the reality.
Has it been hard to bring the players back down to earth?
It's not about bringing them back, it's now maintaining that energy, you know, and that momentum and using it towards Brenford and the very difficult game that we're going to face today against a team that, when you look what they've done, it's just incredible, it's remarkable, it's a beautiful story, and they have earned it in the way they work, in the way they are organized, in the way they believe, in the way they play. So big credit to them, and it's going to be a really tough test for us.
you might know already, but Thomas Frank was at the Emirates on Tuesday doing his homework. How much respect do you have for him as a manager?
A lot. I mean, more than respect, probably is admiration. I think he's done it in a way. He's done it with a football club that everybody shares the vision, very clear identity, a club, a team that we can learn a lot from. Because the way they did it is very, very clever, in my opinion. And then the way he has sustained and evolved as well the model, really well timed, in my opinion. So look at the results that they had away from home in the last 6 matches as well. So we know what is going to require from us to beat them.
Where do you think their main threat comes from, that Brentford team?
That's the thing, that they have many. You know, they are really aggressive in the high press. If they turn the ball over there in transition, they are really good, really well organized. Obviously, when they go really deep, they have runners from deep as well to hurt you in that situation. Any restart of play can become a set piece, and they play from that, and they create a lot of chaos from that. So yeah, you have to be very well prepared.
Good luck.
Alex Beattie.
Hi, Mikle.
Hi.
Obviously, an amazing night at the Emirates the other night, beating Real Madrid 3-0. Is it your team's best ever performance under your management? How would you recreate that mentality over and over again?
I understand, probably in terms of the impact he had worldwide and the context and the manner that we did it, probably the one that the people would talk the most, you know. But at the end, it's another game for us, and it's still a lot to do. And but I think it's great for us as a team as well to build this moment, those connections, and that history together.
And slightly less semi-automated offside introduced in the Premier League this weekend. Is it a good thing they're coming in now?
Yes, I mean, I think the Champions League is world, and it facilitates the job of all of us and make the game more fair. Welcome.
And you said it's your reality playing every 3 days. Before the Everton match, you rested five players before Real Madrid. Are you tempted to do a similar thing again this weekend?
Well, we'll look at now at how the players have recovered, because not only about this game, it's about the schedule that we have in the next few weeks as well. So, yeah, whoever plays will be very competitive.
Simon Standard.
Mikle, can I just ask, obviously, Bukayo and Declan came off early in that Real Madrid game. Are they okay? I know you thought after the game they were. And also, is Ricardo pressing well enough to maybe make this weekend or even the second leg?
Yeah, so with Declan and Bukayo, they are both fit, so it was just a matter of 2 kicks and they recovered well, so they are available for tomorrow. And Ricky's progressing really well. I think to give you a timeline difficult because he needs to step up, especially having more people around and how the knee reacts after that, but he's in a good place, I think.
Just, well, we spoke a lot how you got lots of different things you want to do this summer. I just wonder with Ethan and Miles and their futures, how important that ranks on your list of priorities. Obviously, they've got another year left, but also you speak a lot about rewarding players, what they've done, and they've progressed a lot. So how key is it to tie them down?
For sure. I mean, if we have to put energy, the most energy we have to put is making sure that the players that we have with us are happy, they feel valued, they feel very much part of what we are doing, they feel important. And then the rest of the necessities, okay, we can look, especially in our academy first, and then if we cannot do that, elsewhere.
Hi, Mikle.
Hi.
I was going to do some maths with you quickly, if that's all right.
Okay.
We saw a video of Kai Havertz stepping up his rehabilitation. It was 104 days since Saka got injured to when he then returned. From the announcement of Havertz's injury, it will be 108 days to the last game of the season. Is there a chance that we could see Kai back?
So we have some extra days there. Let's see. Every injury is the same. The mindset of those two, though, very, very similar. Great injury history, great work ethic, desperate to get back playing as quick as possible, and great medical staff as well to look after them. So hopefully we can have him, but let's wait. I think once you get to the last stage of that rehab is when you can understand better how close or far you are to make that next step.
And Simon mentioned there about how you want to make players like Miles and Ethan feel important. Ethan played a lot while Saka was missing and Martinelli was missing as well. With them coming back, he's obviously playing less. How has he dealt with that kind of sudden loads of exposure to minutes and all of a sudden less exposure to minutes?
Well, Miles has played a lot and Ethan has played a lot, I think, and he started a few days ago against Everton away. I mean, this is the Premier League and we are talking about 17, 18-year-old kids that never played professional football playing that much football, and I'm very happy because they deserve it and they will continue to play.
Sorry, this seems random, but Jose Mourinho's come up a few times in this room, like
Okay.
the way he comes across in press conferences. And I was wondering if you were aware of one phrase he used a few years back called football heritage.
Yes.
You heard it. And I was just wondering what your thoughts on that were, because it feels like Arsenal, in terms of Europe and where they are starting to build kind of their own kind of heritage, get into the quarterfinals in back-to-back years, and where do you feel kind of that journey's going?
Well, I would like to use that word related to big trophies more than just qualification for next rounds, but we have to start somewhere. We weren't even in the Champions League for 7 years, so we have to start to build that story, and I think we are in the right track, but yeah, a lot to do.
And with that, do you feel like it's more than just on the players and kind of coaching staff? Is it something that's more, I guess, all around the club?
100%. I mean, those nights like we had the other day, they're going to be remembered for many, many years. And that's the kind of nights that gives you belief, it gives purpose to a competition, it brings joy, and then it prepares you for the next one, because you are waiting to experience a feeling like this again. And that's the most important thing, in my opinion, that people are looking forward to expend this kind of emotions with us.
Okay, last couple in the last session, James from ESPN.
Hi.
Hi.
Just on the title race, Liverpool obviously have this lead at the top, but they've been knocked out of the Champions League. They didn't win the Carabao Cup. Do you take any encouragement from the fact that they are still to get over the line themselves in a big competition?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really, really long Premier League season, and we all played a lot of matches, and we know how competitive and the margins that most teams win every week, which is by 1 goal. So that means that there is always a chance, but again, it's certainly not in our hands. We have to do is win our full matches, be better than the opposition, and wait what happens. But we want to be there for sure.
And just on Declan, I remember when he started taking corners, you said at the time you identified that as something a while back. Now he's started to bang in free kicks as well. I mean, is he surprised even you with the evolution in his game? I mean, how different a player is he now from the one you signed in 23?
Yes, I mean, I think we bought a player that, you know, it was already made. You know, it was obviously we pay the money that we pay for that reason. But that doesn't mean that that we're going to put a ceiling into him, because we believe that it was a lot of part of his game to develop, a lot of understanding about the game as well to develop, and then it's about him really believing in and taking initiative to do it, because he can do it. I mean, he needs to score more headers, he needs to score more goals, more tap-ins, he needs to score more goals outside the box, and he's able to do that. So he needs to be adding those qualities because he's got them in the locker.
The fans sing that you got him half price.
I don't think so.
Finally, lighter.
Hi, Mikle. Just a quick one. In Madrid, they are starting to talk and to think about La Remontada, a possible comeback. What are your thoughts and Arsenal thoughts about that?
We have to be focused in what we can do, what we control, and when the time comes, prepare the game, because we know what to expect. And then again, we're going to have to earn it, step up again, and be even better than we were in the first game.